calling Caitlin Clark?
No.
Kunta Kinte. Because you got a bunch of colonizers hopping on her back, hopping on her shoulders, riding her. Caitlin Clark is the slave that's building the WNBA, and all these black women are climbing all over top of her and piggybacking her to relevance and money. She's Kunta Kinte.
The C and C, yeah.
Yeah,
The C.
They're colonizers. Don Staley, Candace Parker. How is she one of the most... Candace Parker, she hasn't played in probably 10 years. I get that she's on, sometimes on the NBA studio show on TNT, but is she more influential than Barkley and Shaq and Kenny Smith and Ernie? How? They're not on the list, but she is.
I mean,
what are we doing?
Jason, is Adrian Wojnarowski on that list? Because he just announced his retirement, and I think he's going to run the same. No, he's influential. Now, if he's not on that list, and she is, and all those other basketball media members are from a league that, quite frankly, no one cared about really 3-4 months ago, that list is not legitimate. But I've seen this in boxing and other times you do top 25 influential people in any industry. There's a lot of virtue signaling where you now start to basically do your own version of DEI, that you got to have a certain amount of minorities, certain people of religion, color, sexual orientation. Those lists really are not honest. They're basically a rainbow coalition of, hey, look at me. I'm progressive. I'm not one of the races. That's what those lists really come down to.
Steve, you can't be slipping in little bombs like you just slipped in and then move on to the other top. You just dropped a Woj bomb. He's retiring?
He announced it himself. That's his final Woj bomb. He's walking away from the media game, and he's going to run the St. Bonaventures, that basketball power. He's going to be their head of operations. I'm like, that's a man carving his own path. He wants to be happy. Doggone it, Woj, you be happy. Yeah.
I'm going back to the WNBA, but I am going to take a moment to talk about that just for a second. Hats off to Adrian Wojnarowski. ESPN's paying him like $8-9 million a year to put out tweets, and he's walking away from that because, again, it does ruin your life, and he's made, in his mind, he's like, I've made enough money, I'm good. I respect that he's not any good on TV. This is actually a good decision. He's a great tweeter. Sure, he's not any good on TV. He's a great tweeter. But I respect the hell out of this, that he's doing this. Hats off to him.
I mean, Jason, could you imagine Peter Gammons back in the early 90s, right around that era? Could you imagine Peter Gammons, who was the baseball reporter of record nationally, even as me as a regular jabroni in LA, I understood his impact and his influence. Can you imagine Peter Gammons in 95, 96 saying, you know what? I'm done with the Globe. I'm done with ESPN. I'm going to become the general manager of the Toledo Mud Hens. You know why? Because that's what makes me happy. That's what it would be like. Respect to Woj. Great run.
Very, he's a Catholic boy. I'm going to have to do some thought about this after the show. I'm going to have to dig in.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that Woj is retiring. Woj has been there for us he is one of the fastest. Yeah, that's what he does. It's Woj. Everybody, that doesn't even need an explanation, description. If you don't know who Woj is, you're not involved in the sports era. He gives us updates, especially when the trade deadline, the draft, game news, injury updates, just all kind of stuff, trades, trade talks, mock drafts, anything you could think of. So shout out to Woj, 100%, man. One of the legends in this game, and I know he was getting paid real money. So shout out to him, man. But as Jason stated, this list that they're talking about, this is absolutely disrespectful to a lot of the actual people who are influential to, or who actually influence this sport or this league or these people, these fans. You're talking about people like Jason said from years ago who don't have that big of an impact. So why are they on there? And it just so happens that they're all 9 black girls, black women, and they're all part of the WNBA. It's just very strange and very odd. And when you break it down, it just looks like they're trying to build this racist wall, and they're trying to grow this community to fight and to prove that they dominate this league. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Caitlin Clark doesn't give a fuck about none of this. And I'm sorry I had to cuss, because I don't think she cares about anything besides winning basketball. Seriously. I don't think she cares about the records. I really don't. I really think she wants to just play good basketball and compete. Seriously.
This. Good for Adrian Wojnarowski. I respect the hell out of this. Back to my WNBA ranting and raving. So, Steve, I want to talk about this expansion deal. And again, I know you haven't watched no one's watched nearly as much WNBA basketball as I have this year. But this expansion, they're drunk on Caitlin Clark. Kunta Kinte has them drunk and thinking, hey, we can now expand. And that's I think the rosters are 12. They're going to add 36 more roster spots to the WNBA. This is a mistake. I watched the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is great. There's a few other players that are great, but there's a lot of bad players in the WNBA. And you start spreading this out,
I mean, just look at the stimulus package Caitlin Clark is. Forget Donald Trump. She's already creating black jobs. Oh, my God.
That's crazy. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Spreading this out,
I mean, just look at the stimulus package Caitlin Clark is. Forget Donald Trump. She's already.
That's crazy. And that's true. I've been saying this. What have I always been saying? I said, you women are showing up for a job. Caitlin Clark is paying your paycheck. Literally. Caitlin Clark is paying for your paycheck. She's paying for your funding, everything. Caitlin Clark is an investor in this league. And you guys want to bash her? She's paying y'all. And then moving forward, y'all checks, they coming from Caitlin Clark. Seriously. You might as well call her your accountant. Whatever the case is, the money is coming from Caitlin Clark. And Jason's right. You're going to grow 36 more roster spots. Who's going to feel that? The league is still not profitable. Who's going to feel that? And what big time player are you going to put in the market to try to successfully grow it? I think they're getting excited because Caitlin Clark and what she's doing. But who else is going to bring that to the table? Someone else has to sit there and start bringing the attraction to their market and to their city in order for this thing to grow the way it's supposed to grow. If that doesn't happen, I don't see this WNBA thing working out 4, 5, 6 more years. No. You might as well just bank on Caitlin Clark opening her own league, which is probably in the works. And that would be a bad look. If she opens her own league with investors or whatever the case is, it's done. It's done. It's done. That list, though, that Sports Illustrated list, as Jason said, is some BS. I don't know who put that out, who voted on it, who whatever. You guys know you're wrong for that. You know you're wrong for that. And then you leave Asia off of it is crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, bro. They're all WNBA players. And Jason said Simone wasn't on there. I don't know what to say, man. I really, really don't. Sometimes when I watch these things and I listen to these things and these news outlets and ESPN rankings and rookie rankings, this is just pure, like, it's like not hate, but it's almost like, haha, look at this. Like, haha, let me put this in your face. Which is crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I think they got this completely wrong. I think Jason's absolutely right for calling this out. And I think a lot of people are going to start calling this out. Because this is absolutely wrong. And you know what it is? They're trying to put so many things attached to Angel to make it seem like she's accumulating all of these accolades and all these awards and all these accomplishments. And a lot of this shit is fluff. What Caitlin Clark is doing on that court, in the business world of things when it comes to the sport, when it comes to the mainstream media, the analysis, the news, viewership, analytics, TV deals, all that stuff, Caitlin Clark smashes you guys in every category, and it's not even close. I'm going to end it right there. Look, man, it's your boy CL Khan. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Game Day Network. I will catch you guys on the next video. Until then, I'm out.